The air was thick with anticipation. A dusty path, thronged with people, hummed with murmurs and the shuffling of sandals. Jesus had just been teaching, his voice still echoing in the hearts of those gathered. A hushed reverence settled over the crowd, many hoping for another profound word, another touch of his presence. Then a new sound began to rise above the general hum, the excited chatter of children, the hopeful murmurs of parents. Mothers and fathers, some cradling infants, others guiding their toddlers by the hand, began to press forward, a gentle but determined current in the throng. They wanted to bring their little ones closer to Jesus, to ask him to touch their children, to bless them. In their hearts, they knew that a blessing from this man would mean something truly special. But the disciples, ever vigilant, ever protective of their teacher's time and energy, stepped in. With weary sighs and a mixture of exasperation and duty, they began to turn the families away. You can almost hear their hushed, firm voices. "Please, he's busy, he's teaching. These are not matters for the master. He has more important work." They saw children as distractions, as small, noisy burdens, certainly not as worthy recipients of Jesus' precious, limited time and attention. They believed they were keeping order, ensuring he could focus on the important matters of the kingdom. But Jesus saw this unfolding, and his reaction was not what anyone expected. The gentle teacher, known for his compassion and patience, became indignant. The original Greek word here suggests a deep displeasure, a strong, almost fiery disapproval. He wasn't simply annoyed, he was profoundly moved with displeasure at their fundamental misunderstanding of what truly mattered in God's eyes. He turned to his disciples, his voice cutting through the murmuring crowd, not in anger, but with profound authority and crystal clarity. "Let the little children come to me, and do not hinder them, for to such belongs the kingdom of God." The disciples must have frozen, utterly surprised, and perhaps a little chastened. The parents, who had begun to retreat, now hesitated, then surged forward again, hope renewed in their eyes, relief washing over their faces. And what followed was a beautiful, tender scene, a vibrant contrast to the earlier dismissal. Jesus didn't just tolerate the children, he welcomed them. He didn't just allow them near, he embraced them. Imagine tiny hands reaching out, some perhaps a little shy, others utterly fearless, clambering onto his lap. Innocent faces looked up at him with unreserved wonder. He took them in his arms, one by one, laid his hands on them with a gentle touch, and blessed them. He gave them his full, undivided attention, seeing in each small face not a distraction, but a profound truth, a living illustration of the very essence of God's kingdom. This moment, simple if it seemed, carried a profound, revolutionary teaching, not just for his disciples, but for all who would follow him. Jesus didn't just say the kingdom includes children, he went further. "Truly I tell you, whoever does not receive the kingdom of God like a little child will never enter it." What does it mean to receive the kingdom like a little child? It's not about being childish, but profoundly childlike. Consider the unique qualities of a child, especially a very young one, in their approach to life. First, there is humility. A child doesn't arrive with a resume or a list of accomplishments. They don't pretend to be self-sufficient or try to earn their way in. They come as they are, utterly dependent. They don't have the pride or the pretense that often burdens adults, who might feel the need to prove themselves or mask their vulnerabilities. Second, there is innocence and openness. Children approach the world with wonder and curiosity, not cynicism or suspicion. They are open to new truths, willing to learn, and less burdened by the rigidities of adult logic or past disappointments. They don't filter everything through years of accumulated baggage or preconceived notions. They simply receive. And third, and perhaps most crucially, there is trust. A child, especially a very young one, places complete, unquestioning trust in a loving parent or caregiver. They believe what they are told. They lean in without reservation. They assume good intent. They don't constantly question or second-guess the love and provision offered. They simply trust. This passage challenges us adults, doesn't it? We often approach God with our qualifications, our perceived merits, our intellectual arguments, or even our long lists of sins that make us feel unworthy. We try to earn His favor, or we hold back because we feel we aren't good enough. But Jesus says the entrance ticket to His kingdom is not achievement or intellect, but humble, trusting reception. It's about letting go of our self-sufficiency, our need to control, our cynicism, and simply receiving His grace, His love, His kingdom with the pure, open heart of a child. It's also about valuing what God values. The disciples, in their earnestness, saw the children as insignificant, a distraction. Jesus revealed that these seemingly insignificant ones held the very key, the very model for entering God's reality. It teaches us to cherish and protect children, not just as future adults, but as present examples of what true faith looks like. It reminds us that often the most profound truths are revealed not in grand proclamations, but in simple acts of humble trust and open-hearted acceptance. So, the secret to the kingdom, according to Jesus, isn't complex theology or rigorous discipline alone, but a return to the fundamentals of the heart. It's the humility to admit our need, the innocence to approach God without guile, and the profound, simple trust that allows us to receive His boundless love and grace. May we all strive to cultivate such a childlike heart. May we approach God with simple faith, open hands, and a spirit of wonder. And may we always remember to value the little ones among us, for they hold a precious secret to the kingdom. If this story resonated with you, I encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments below. What does having a childlike heart mean to you in your daily life? Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more reflections on timeless wisdom.